There's a story that begins before all others, before the pyramids, before the Bible, before the names of gods we still whisper today. It begins in ancient Sumer, the cradle of civilization, where humans first looked up to the stars and asked, "Who are we?" The Sumerians didn't believe they were separate from the divine. They believed they were extensions of it, fragments of the same sacred force that shaped the sun, the rivers, and the breath in their lungs. But somewhere along the way, we forgot. We replaced connection with control. We traded remembrance for routine, and in that forgetting, we lost sight of the truth that the Sumerians always knew. You are not small. You are made of the same force that created worlds. The myth of Nammu, the mother of all creation. In Sumerian mythology, before anything existed, there was only Nammu, the primordial sea. She was not chaos. She was potential, infinite, silent, alive. From her depths, all creation was born, the heavens, the earth, and the gods themselves. When I first read about Nammu, I realized something powerful. Nammu isn't just a goddess. She's a symbol of the unconscious mind, that deep, limitless place inside each of us, where all creation begins. When you quiet your thoughts, when you let stillness take over, you return to your own Nammu, your own sea of possibility. The Sumerians didn't separate the divine from the human. They saw creation as collaboration, and that's the truth we need to remember. You are not waiting for life to happen to you. You are co-creating with it every thought, every word, every choice sending ripples through your own inner ocean. Inanna's descent, the journey of transformation. Then came Inanna, goddess of heaven and earth, and the story that echoes through every human life, the descent. Inanna, radiant and powerful, chose to journey into the underworld to confront her shadow, her sister Ereshkigal. At each of the 7 gates, she was stripped of her symbols of power, her crown, her necklace, her robes, until she stood naked and vulnerable before her own reflection. This myth isn't about death. It's about awakening. It's about every moment you've had to lose parts of yourself to find who you really are. Because transformation doesn't happen in light. It happens in the depths, in the silence, in the surrender. Inanna's descent reminds us that falling apart is sacred, that every time you shed an old identity, a new one waits to rise, just like she did. The forgotten language of power. The Sumerians believed words had power, literal, energetic power. They called it me, divine decrees, vibrational laws that shaped reality. When you spoke, you didn't just describe the world. You created it. And modern science is finally catching up. Neuroscience tells us the brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and experience. The words you repeat become neural patterns, physical connections that shape how you think, feel, and act. So when you say, "I am powerless," your brain reinforces that identity. But when you say, "I am capable, I am awakening, I am rewriting my story," you are literally reprogramming your consciousness. The ancients used language as sacred technology, and that technology is still within you. Your voice isn't small. It's a spell, a command to the universe about who you are and what you're ready to become. The myths were never just stories. They were maps. Subscribe to Write and Rise with Shay if you enjoyed this video. And if you are ready to begin your own descent and rise, download your free journaling workbook below. It's your first step toward transformation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.